Leaders, managers, and villains. Oh my. Do you know what type of a person you're working for? I'm Brian McWhorter here with Black Belt Lean Thinking, and I wanted to talk about the different archetypes of individuals we tend to end up following. When I see someone that's in a position of authority, they will usually fit one of these three models. And there are no hard edges where someone is all this or all that, but they'll have tendencies that seem to really fit the model of either a leader, a manager, or a villain. It's very important to get to know who you're dealing with. So let's look at each of these. Okay, a leader. There's only one definition of a leader. They have willing followers. We don't follow someone to empower that person. We follow them to empower ourselves. We feel protected by them. We enjoy being part of their team. So if you're working for a leader, kudos to you. That's great. There are three characteristics that you'll see a leader possesses. They know what the goal is, a vision. They are a protector, and they're a servant. All three of those really have to be there. You can't have followers if you're not leading, going somewhere, hence that goal or vision. A good leader can tell their people what the goal is and why it's important to get to it. Unfortunately, I still see companies, entire companies, where I could go up and talk to any individual, any employee, and ask them what their goal is, what the vision is for the company, and there's no answer. They're just getting through the day. Let's look at those briefly, those three things again for a leader. The goal or vision I've already mentioned, but they're also a protector. Would you follow someone that doesn't protect you? No, of course not. None of us would. The idea that that leader has our back means we don't have to worry about ourselves. We can focus on the team and achieving the goal. A good leader would never sacrifice what belongs to their team to protect what belongs to him or her. And they would gladly sacrifice what belongs to them to protect what belongs to their team. Self-sacrifice is the price of leadership. That third component is servant. Good leaders see themselves as a support capacity. Again, they're protecting and they're serving. The two main things that you'll hear from a leader are what can I do? How can I help? Okay, that's a leader. Again, if you're working for a leader, fantastic. The second category is a manager. I more often see managers than any of the other archetypes or other models. A manager just manages. Just like the word says, they're managing. A manager might manage a division, a store, a shift, a production line, but they're just managing, like you manage your household or your budget. They're just keeping things moving. They're watching the numbers. They still, have the goal that they're looking towards, but they really don't help or hinder. They don't help like a hero, like a leader, and they don't really hinder like a villain would. They're just managing. If you get in trouble, they're probably not going to help you. They will still throw you under the bus as opposed to themselves looking bad often. Yeah, the edges kind of bleed into each other at times. I've worked for a lot of managers, and some of them were good friends of mine, but I knew they really didn't have my back. They were just managing. That final one, the final model, a villain. That might seem a little bit extreme. Here I'm going from a leader to a manager to a villain. Wait, what happened here? Well, as I've studied people in positions of authority, those three models are what I tend to see over and over again. And a villain is a villain. We have archetypes and stories for a hero, which fits that of a leader, protector, servant, have a goal and a vision, protect their people. And we have an archetype of a villain. And I will see people in leadership roles or positions of authority that fit the archetype of a villain. So I'm just kind of calling it as I see it. I'm calling it what it is. So what is the attributes or what are the character traits of a villain? They have a big ego. They're pretentious. They demand respect, but they won't give respect. you can tell they don't really value their team. They see their team as a group that serves them, not the other way around. They're quick to throw their people under the bus. They're seen as an ends to a mean, or they see their people as a means to an end. Often I'll see with villain type leaders where they don't even want to know their people's names. They don't really want to care about them. It is just hitting that goal, and they see their people kind of as replaceable cannon fodder. If you're working for a villain, oh man, so sorry. If you're handling a scorpion, you can plan on getting stung at some point. So, again, who are you working for? And if you're a person in a position of authority, which one of those models do you portray? Are you a leader, a manager, or a villain? Are you working for a leader, manager, or villain? The reason I write articles about this and produce videos on it is to give leverage to those people that are caught in these bad positions. If you're working for a villain, you will literally be in that situation where they're going to piss on your back and then tell you it's raining outside. If they're acting like a villain, you need to be able to call them out on it. You know, don't let them use you and toss you aside. If you want more information on how to deal with villains, check out my book, Do You Work for a 10-Year-Old? With that, be sure to hit like and share this video. If you have comments, I love talking about leadership, productivity, and just putting wind in each other's sails. We have to have each other's backs. With that, until next time, Brian McWhorter, Black Belt Lean Thinking. Thank you.